Thank you for tuning into this week's read. Hello, Libra. There we go. I knew I was missing something. Hello, Libra. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. The main part of the read is going to be done with the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards. The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. There's already an interesting energy. Like there's a... how do I explain this energy? It's fun, but it's kind of like... I don't know, it's like the surprise. What's the next surprise? It's like one of those feelings. Let's see where this goes. Okay. What do we have? Okay. There's a wonderful spot coming up, like a little face down card, so she's telling me unexpected situation, but let's see how this goes. Coming into the situation, there's a little bit of insecurity. It says skunk, know your own worth, which kind of like insecurity is what I'm kind of feeling here. Kind of like people are giving you a little bit of a hard time. But they're saying you serve a purpose. And you know what? You sometimes call out things that people don't want to be called out. And it's almost like inadvertently. Like you're fixing things, trying to make things work out. People see between the lines and find out what's really happening here. It makes things go better, but like it's almost like people are giving you a hard time. Almost like they're saying you're a busybody, but in truth, you're helping things work out. So they're saying don't worry about things too much. You care about the situation, whatever you're dealing with, you care about it a lot, because you also have the King of Cups. But you also have the Five of Swords, kind of like you're starting to question your effectiveness, because people are starting to give you a hard time. They're starting to act like you're the one causing the problems, when in truth, you're trying to fix problems, not cause problems. So going into this, you have a weird energy, kind of like, am I even effective here? I'm trying to make things better. I really very much care. But people are giving me such a hard time as if I'm causing the problem. I'm not causing the problem. I'm trying to fix it. So there's a weird energy here of people just kind of giving you a hard time. I'm getting the Six of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. This is something that's been going on for a while. And I feel like it's kind of highlighted right now is because either this energy is really strong, giving you a hard time, or you're heading towards it, kind of like, this is where the problem is, and I'm going to have to deal with this person who always gives me a hard time. I don't even know if it's worth it. And you're questioning, is it even worth it? Because they're going to throw it in my face. They're going to give me a hard time as if I'm the problem, and I'm not the problem. I'm trying to fix it. There's a lot of confusion with that. Kind of like you're trying to fix something, but you're constantly, every time you try to fix it, somebody twists it around as if you're the problem. You're like, I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. I'm trying to help here. Now, something pops up in the environment. The spirit of the spider spirit, says make your dreams real. But when I feel spider, I get a networking connection. It does feel like the World Wide Web to me. It just does. But I feel like, there's a lot going on here, a lot going this way, a lot going that way. There's a lot, I feel like a lot of little spiders running all over the place. I'm getting a lot of community effort here. Something seems to come in really quickly. Something unexpected, something seems to be changing. There's a lot of confusion going on here, but there's a lot happening at once. There's the speed coming in with the need to stabilize. The Eight of Wands is the speed. The Ten of Pentacles is the need to stabilize. I feel like the need to stabilize things is here. You're kind of being pulled into this situation. I feel like, shockingly enough, by somebody who usually gives you a hard time, somebody who usually says you're the troublemaker, or tries to point you as the problem, they're pulling you into this situation because they're like, hey, you do this well. Can you help this situation kind of calm down? Can you find out what's really going on and help this smooth out? Somebody's literally pulling you in who usually gives you a hard time. Because it's going so fast and they're just like, I don't know what to do with it, but you do well with this. Can you please help? I feel like this is your moment. You're just like, I'm all about it. Because you're like, all right, I help them now. They asked me to help. They're asking me to help, so I'll get in there and I'll help. And then later, if they try to use this against me and be like, you pulled me in, You know that I'm good at this. Don't act like I'm the problem when you call on me when there's problems and you need something fixed, because I'm the one who fixed it. So you're not like you're not coming at them like that, but you're like, all right, this is going to work to my advantage because obviously I do good here because they're asking for me. You're feeling appreciated. It's turning things around, and I also feel you're stabilizing the situation. You're coming in, finding out what's going on, putting this situation in perspective, helping things calm down. You stay here, you go here, you go here. We're all cool. Everything's working out. All right, that's great. In the environment, the squirrel with the rabbit then comes in. See, this might be the conflict with this energy. The energy that pulled you in, right, who usually gives you a hard time, that now used you to their benefit, things go fast with them. They like to go fast. They kind of create their own problems sometimes with that. They got squirrel energy with the rabbit. It's saying things are going really quick, but they like to go random different directions. They like to just play it by the seat of their pants sometimes. Sometimes it gets a little hairy scary when they do that, but they like to do that energy. Now you're seeing this in the shadows. The panther is very strong, but it also waits in the shadows, and it doesn't waste its energy. It's very strong, but it's very very calculating. Waits in the shadows. It's got the energy to get in there and do the fight, but it's kind of like, just in case there's more to fight, I'm not wasting my energy. I'm going to wait to see if I need to fight here or if this is going to solve itself. So you're waiting to the side, you're watching this, and you're kind of absorbing some information, kind of like, yeah, that's why you like to show me as the problem, because that way you get to be a nutcase and just run around and do crazy things. So you're watching this situation play out. This is what you're seeing this from the outside. I don't think you're getting involved with it, but you're watching it. You're watching this person do this, right? This is their energy creating this moment. They've got the Star card, the Ace of Cups, but they also have the Five of Wands here. They're causing a lot of calamity. I'm getting calamity, disruption. That's what I'm getting with the Five of Wands. The Ace of Cups is like they're enjoying it. They love it. They love this whole situation. And the Star card is telling me this is how they change things to their advantage. They get out there, they make quick changes. There's a little bit of hubbub. People get a little bit bent out of shape, but then they put things back in shape. Meanwhile, when they're putting things back in shape, they move things around to where they prefer it to be. Kind of like they throw like a monkey wrench in the situation. Things get a little whacked out, right? So you have to go in there and fix that. But while I'm fixing that, I'll also change this over here because I'm involved here anyway, and I can change that here. And you're seeing this. You're like, oh, so that's your game. Create a little calamity so you can get in the door. Once you're in the door, you fix that calamity, but then you also go over here and do what you want. Okay, I see your game. I see what you're doing. You're absorbing at this point. You're like, all right, I see how this works. I see how this is going. Okay. This seems to be really a good moment for you because I feel like you're looking at this situation and you're very careful about not blowing people in, not tattling or not saying other people. You're keeping it to yourself. You're like, I see this, I'm gonna keep it to me because I need to use this to my advantage because this is how that works. That's just what they do. And not for nothing, you go directly up to them, they're gonna give you a hard time anyway. So like, what's the point? So you got these two cards coming in. You got Owl and you got Porcupine. When I feel these coming in for you, Owl, I get intelligence with Owl. It says you see clearly now, you see other angles. That's a part of intelligence in my opinion. So you're seeing all the different ways this is going, but you're holding this to yourself. You're waiting for that moment to use that. Porcupine is telling me you're holding your ground. Porcupine is very good at holding its ground. Won't be moved if it doesn't want to be moved. If you want to quarrel with those quills, be my guest, but it's not going to go well. You're holding your ground and you're waiting for your moment. That's what I'm getting for these two cards. When the right moment comes in, I feel like you're going to be able to change the situation. This is great information because you're kind of like, I feel like what you're going to do, and I don't know how it sounds coming out of my mouth, but this is what I'm feeling. You're going to piggyback on this information. The next time this person creates a little bit of calamity and you see them doing that and you want in on the same situation, when they go in there to fix it, you're going to slip in with them and you're going to help. You're going to move things around where you want them at the same time. Like when they slip in by creating a little calamity, I don't feel like you're going to aid in the calamity, but but like you see them do that, you're like, all right, here's their in. I'm gonna piggyback on into that, and I'm gonna get what I need to get out of this. I'm gonna move things around like I need to move on. I'm gonna make things balance like I feel like they need to balance. You're waiting for the moment because I feel like you're gonna see if you can kind of make this person more of an ally. Kind of like you're gonna piggyback in on one of their situations, be like, yeah, I saw you do that, and since you don't want me to point out what you did, well, how about we just work together and we can both get something out of this? It's very smart. Kind of like, yeah, you created this mess and you snuck in the back door here. I snuck in with you. You're not gonna say anything about it either, because if you do, I'm gonna say what you did. So we're gonna both get what we want out of this. And you're very smart. You're creating a change here. Chameleon, butterfly change, getting in there without being noticed. That's what I'm feeling for that. This energy, especially when going forward, it's a very curious thing. You got Coyote, which says trust in divine detours, and you got the Ace of Swords. Coyote is a very, I almost want to say reckless energy sometimes. I don't know a lot about coyotes, so I don't know if that's really true, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. Kind of like a loner energy sometimes. And I'm feeling like this is a new phase coming in. You got the Death card with the Five of Cups. The energy of the person you're dealing with is stuck with you. They can't push against you, and they have to be careful what they say because you know too much. And it's not like they have a chance to push you out. You already figured it out. You see what they're about, so they can't really give you a hard time about it. They can't buck back too much. Be careful, though. They're not really happy about this whole situation. They don't like the fact that you see them. They don't like it. So be careful with this. But it can be very beneficial because I'm getting, like, be very careful. Keep it under control the best you can. Watch what's going on here. Be careful not to trust this energy too much. Because I feel like it's just a weird unpredictability. When I'm getting Coyote, I'm getting like a weird unpredictability here. Be careful what you go forward into, because there's a whole new phase coming in. But even though you have the Ace of Swords, realize that like the sword seems to go back and forth between you and them. Sometimes you're going to be in control. Sometimes they're going to control you. Be very careful, because they might turn this around on you. Once they realize what you want in certain situations, they'll manipulate that back to get more of what they want. So be very careful. You want to be smart about how you do this. Don't overly trust this energy. Just like, I don't know how to say that, because I feel like you might be like, well, I won't overly trust it anyway. Yeah, but you might say something not realizing it could be used against you. Just be careful. It's a very precarious situation. It goes a lot better. You have a lot more control, but like what I want to say, like, be leery of this person. Be very leery. You're going to get a lot of benefit out of this situation, but be very careful. Be leery, because I feel like they're going to turn it back around you. Like, you want to keep the sword in your hand. You want to keep the control in your hand. If they find out what you want, they're going to pick up that sword and they're going to use it to their advantage, and they're going to control the situation. You don't want that. So just be very, keep an eye on it. Keep an eagle eye on that situation. All right. I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.